forget to clear your browser history and walk past the person who saw it all. The beat drops, but you remember you haven't been fed since 5 o'clock p.m. and the existential dread starts to set in mid-chorus. Moment when the durian hits so hard you have to take a nap just to process the smell.
Phew.
You're trying to be productive, but your dog has a very different definition of personal space. That moment of realization at the end says it all. You're trying to look majestic for the gram, but the aerodynamics of a Lexus have other plans for your face. 10 photos taken seconds before disaster. My cat definitely thinks I am a... You finally catch the one who's been making the mess and tell them that in this house, if you have paws, you help with the floors. You forget to check the expiration date on the milk and the milk checks back. You forget your tail is part of your body and accidentally start fishing for yourself. You're trying to be affectionate, but your human has the audacity to have a ticklish elbow. 1 minute it's love and the next it's a full defensive backflip into another dimension. Mission. You're trying to learn a masterpiece, but your piano tuner is just a kitten looking for the right frequency. You're trying to play it cool with a broken leg, but your husky decides it's the perfect time to practice his parkour routines right over your personal space. If the injury doesn't get me, this chaotic... You hit that one spot on the sock and suddenly you can taste the entire week in high definition. You're the one who made the mess, but your human insists on a joint performance review. Spent 5 minutes convincing him this is a 5-star steak only to have him look at me like I am serving him a damp paper towel. 1 bite later and suddenly I am the best person on earth again. You hear the treats bag crinkle from 3 rooms away and realize your internal GPS has already calculated the fastest route to the kitchen. Definition of a high-stakes staring contest. One more second and they are going to create a literal slip and slide. I have heard of liquid cats, but I did not realize they came in a pancake variety. That is not a descent, it is a slow-motion spill. After a long night of karaoke, the lead singer has finally collapsed. That last high note was clearly a real catastrophe. It is hard being this famous when you have a strict nap schedule to You're trying to act cool in front of your crush, but your intrusive thoughts take the driver's seat and you just end up becoming a literal speed. The intrusive thoughts win and you realize you have zero talent and a crippling mortgage. You're trying to look cool for the camera, but the sidewalk has other plans. Up and chose violence only to realize the foot won the battle. One whiff and it was game over. You forget that you are a cat and start auditioning for the next Mission Impossible.
Huh?
Trying to look busy in the kitchen, but your dog knows you're just 3 tugs away from an early retirement. I have spent years honing my hunting skills, stalking the most elusive prey, and mastering the art of the pounce, all to finally face my greatest nemesis, a stationary. Decide to take a nap, but your soul forgets to tell your body that gravity is still a thing. I guess we are going for a swim then. Your human finally finds a way to make you useful, but you are only 3 seconds away from choosing violence. You decide to pursue a career in auto mechanics but realize you lack the necessary thumbs and also need a nap. After countless hours of training, Mittens finally realized his true calling wasn't catching mice, but judging the Olympic synchronized diving finals from the front row. He gave that personal trainer is a real beast and he refuses to let me take a break until I hit 20 reps. You're built like a loaf of bread, but you're training for the thin crust life. Keep going, buddy, that sidewalk isn't going to sniff itself. Trying to look cool in your new pink kicks, but the neighbor's cat is already busy destroying your ride. cat has a stakeout at 5, but the dog is already practicing his parkour for the getaway. You forget the choreography, but remember you are a star. Forget how to cat halfway through a somersault and have to reboot your entire internal operating system. You're late for work, but your internal GPS says the shortcut is through the 4th dimension.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Trying to stay dapper, but your roommate has zero respect for personal space or the formal dress code. A laundry sorter, but all it does is separate the whites from the rest of the house, then vanish when it is. I thought I was helping with the heavy lifting, but it turns out I was just being fitted for a new hat. 10 out of 10 for the flip. You're 90% fluff and 10% liquid. Walking down the stairs is strictly optional. Current status descending via gravity. You're a majestic shark on the inside, but a soggy toasted marshmallow on the outside. This koi pond is now a Chihuahua pond, and honestly the fish seem confused about the new management. You are 5 minutes late for dinner and the giant metal bird refuses to stop mocking you. You're trying to sleep, but your sibling chooses violence and interprets your personal space as a wrestling ring. I just watched the laws of physics betray my cat in real time. The betrayal in those eyes is eternal. That awkward moment when you try to use your tail to initiate a conversation and realize you have You're trying to work, but the management keeps breathing down your neck.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You're 100% sure you're a good boy, but only 5% sure how physics works. A husky to find the one way to play with a balloon that involves an immediate existential crisis. 1 second it is a toy. I used to be a cat, but I have recently transitioned into a liquid slinky. I have spent 5 minutes analyzing the mechanics of this machine and have concluded that I am the one being played. You're trying to act tough, but your legs are only 2 inches long. He really thought he did something with that tiny leap. Pure main character energy in a potato-sized body. You decide to walk past the cat without offering the mandatory snacks, and now you have to fight for your life.